Here we are, episode 112. Say hello, Kyle.
Hello there.
Excellent. Episode 112 had some technical difficulties, which is okay. We're going to see how far we can get tonight with a little less time. That's all right. And, let's do our intros. You guys have a chance to introduce yourself, your characters, expectations, fears, whatever comes to mind. Here is your chance. We're going to start off with Rachel. Rachel, you're on deck. Go for it.
Hello. I am Rachel. Today I am playing, that wonderful character, the elf. Her name's Aura Sirik. She's a fighter, and boy, is she trying to fight. We've had a couple mishaps where we've gotten close to death, but she's hanging in there with her buddies, and now she's about to be tested along with the rest of them.
Yeah, tested for sure. How about you, Kyle?
Yes.
Anything else?
Well, I mean...
Okay.
Go ahead, Rachel. Finish us out.
Is there anything else?
Oh, no, I was just going to mention, things, we'll see how things go now that we are level 10.
Yes, it's your first time at level 10, isn't it? That's right. Okay, go ahead, Kyle.
Going to be intense, but how's everybody doing? I'm Kyle. I play Sir Eric Dane. He's our frontline heavy defense. Once again, also a fighter, but double stacking in defenses. Got a great big tower shield and corrupted heavy armor. Gallant and defiant would be kind of Eric's. He's gallant in defense of his friends, but he's defiant in the face of the enemy. And that's kind of the two words that describe Eric the best. He is very quick to raise that shield, and his right arm's no slouch either. He can throw with the best of them. And we're going to see what kind of madness, murder, mayhem, and mystery we can dive into tonight. We're level 10, somebody's going to get some clapping.
Awesome. How about you, Ted? What's on your mind?
What's going on, folks? I'm Ted. Once again, I am playing Brew, our barbarian cat folk with the fiery temper and the unpredictable roguish tendencies. Kind of curious, looking forward to see what's going to be coming up with these tests, kind of see how we can challenge ourselves and maybe come out of our comfort zones a little bit, see what happens.
Okay. Let's see. How do we do the recap? Everyone starts off with a hero point. You've got that. So update your sheets. We will have Sheppy in this session, but he's definitely going to be in shadow mode, so keep that in mind. So there's 4 characters, but one of them is shadowy. Kyle, I think you could do a recap from the previous... Not the previous...
Yeah, I can do that.
One when Rachel was here.
Yeah. I believe... Yeah, I can do that, yeah. We kind of started off in the room with the giant clay golem. And a pretty intense fight broke out. And one of these knights decided to come join the fray. Was a pretty intense fight. I remember Rue took it on the chin. I'm taking it on the chin. Eric took it. Cypher took quite a few blows. think Chapt was the only one that kind of came out of there unscathed, but we were able to defeat the knight, stole the armor, stole the weapon, took the key off of it. We destroyed the clay golem, did a little bit of investigating before we decided we were going to head back to the doors that lead to some sort of shadowy temple. And upon using the key, we opened the doors and proceeded inside this mausoleum type structure. At least that was the image that brought to my mind. And there was a figure sitting on a throne. And as we approached, the bones began to animate. The individual stood up, commended us for getting this far, and said the tests were coming. And then she ushered us to the path to the right. We followed suit, and eventually wound our way through and found ourselves where we are now, in a pretty large chasm with a couple will-o-wisps and the skeleton in close proximity. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
All right, Kyle, thanks for that. Give yourself a hero point. Oh. So after a long, hard-fought battle to retrieve a set of keys in a temple guarded by a knight and a golem, the companions raced back to the temple doorways. Keys in hand, they were able to insert the keys in this somewhat magical type of door, which could not be otherwise broken through. And as Kyle mentioned, they were greeted by this skeletal being sitting upon a throne. And she simply pointed to the doorway in the east. There was 2 doorways, west and east. "Let the tests begin," she whispered. And she led the companions through the dark hallways of what can only be described as a temple of Nimbaloth. There they were joined by not one, but 2 of these will-o'-the-wisp type skulls that glow when visible. Horrifying. But they joined this little procession that descended even deeper and deeper down below through a set of steps, until eventually entering this large open chamber. Double doors to the south, the entry point to the north, and another door to the west. The companions looked around. "Strange open place," they thought. "But here, look, to the east, strange pipes. Built into the wall, 2 of them. And you could see how they had like an iris shape. Almost like the iris was, if it opened, it would be a doorway into the pipe itself. A pipe which looks big enough for a human-sized person. Maybe they can crawl in." The skeletal being simply pointed to the door in the west. "There is your test. You must go there." So with that in mind, what do you do? The 4 of you, as you sit in this chamber, hollow eyes upon you.
Yeah, Eric will kind of reposition and then get his gear and equipment ready, kind of looking around to the rest of them. "Well, we've come this far. Shall we proceed on to the next challenge?
I suppose it's best to do what it says. I also get ready with my chakram. And just extend my hand like, after you.
Eric will begin to head over to the west door and take a listen.
Okay, let's get a marching order here. I have Eric, Aura, Sheppy, and Rue.
That works for
Works
me.
for me.
Good.
Okay, and for exploration activities, I have Aura on search. So she's always using perception checks behind the scene. I have Scout for Rue to the rear. Scout to the front for Eric.
Yep.
All is good. You come to the door. Go ahead and make a blind perception roll. As you listen, everyone remains quiet. You hear nothing. But as you press your ear close, if not to the door itself, you feel its texture. You feel its coldness. And as you pull away, having heard nothing, you see etched on this gray door, which, by the way, stands out. It contrasts heavily with the black stone that is otherwise in this room. Here sits this gray door. But looking at the door, you see there's symbols. There's a skull on it, again with carved moss on it, and like serpents going up the sides of the door and around the top. And you see what looks like ivory is what they're kind of swirling around. You hear nothing.
Okay.
There's
can
no...
I investigate the rooms?
The room you're in, you just want to investigate? Yeah.
No, like, can I take a closer look at like the sigils and stuff on this door?
You could do that. Keep in mind that Aura's doing that as well. So far, nothing. You do notice that there's no handle. There's no way to open this door as far as you could tell. Just a plain slab with designs on them. If you'd like to make an occult roll or religion roll to try and identify what's going on here with these symbols, go ahead and do that blind.
On the way.
These are symbols of Nimbaloth. The skull in particular is its main symbol. A god of decay. Nothing distinct about these particular symbols, but it's definitely of Nimbaloth.
Kind of relay that to the group. Seems like we're in Nimbaloth's domain now.
In Aura, the door does look safe. You haven't identified any strange stones or tripwires or loose stones or whatever.
Doesn't look like they're trying to trick us yet. We should still be on guard. Anything to do with a god as evil as this, there's never any good ending.
Well, it was not from my home. And Eric will kind of push on the door to see if he can get it to open.
It easily turns on its one side and opens. You see a long hallway, 15 feet, which opens into a much larger chamber. And you see at the end of your light, the far wall to the west, what just looks like a large statue of something.
Lovely. Another statue. And Eric will kind of slowly step into the hallway.
At the eastern end of this long room, let me see, eastern end? That's where you came from. Should be the western end. Of this long room stands a giant jade statue of a cracked and chipped skeleton in a burial shroud. The skull clutches a bundle of swamp weeds in its teeth. Built into the walls are several narrow slits and stone doors.
Yeah, Eric will kind of move up to the statue, kind of taking a look at it, being cautious, but kind of looking to see if he can ascertain from it.
How about the rest of you? Kind of holding back, or would you like to do something else while he checks out this big statue? How about you, Rue? What are you doing in the back?
Rue's just kind of keeping his eye open for anything that might be lurking in the shadows or on the corners. Just kind of watching the back of his companions.
Okay. From where you're standing, you see that in the walls to the north, the south, and even the walls closest to your entry, you see these slits. How about you, Aura?
She's gonna move her position just south.
Go ahead and move it.
She wants... Okay. Yeah, she wants to get a closer look. But similar to Rue, she's also kind of like guarding against the southern door here, just in case something unexpected pops out. And she gives some encouragement to Eric, you know, be careful.
I try my best, my lady.
And as you turn your gaze back upon the statue after hearing Aura moving along cautiously, keeping her eyes fixed on the ground and the surface of the walls, perhaps gliding her fingers gently, looking for any evidence of a secret door or passage or a trap that lies in wait for you all, she fixes her gaze to the south and the doors that lie waiting. All right. So, go ahead and give me a religion check as you study this jade statue. The statue you recognize. It's one of Nimbaloth's servants. One that serves almost as if as a joker. Someone who brings entertainment. Aura, you hear nothing. You see nothing. The walls are particularly black and sinister in this room. If there was no light coming from Eric, it would be blacker than black. Even for an elf. Ro, you see nothing behind you. The door that you entered does swing shut noiselessly. You didn't see anyone shut it.
This is Nimbaloth's gesture. Court blown.
Now, why would they put a statue of a jester in a place like this?
But I remember it served Nimbalo.
Just
Perhaps
another
it's-
faithful servant?
Exactly. Perhaps so. Let's check out the doors that you're keenly watching. And Eric will begin to head south to begin to investigate the first door there.
Okay, as you begin to step away and look to the south and the door down by Aura, suddenly you hear a noise. It sounds like air whipping rapidly and sharply, and it's coming from back where Rue is positioned. And then you hear another one. I need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah, Eric would have raised his shield as soon as he heard it.
You don't have time to raise your shield. We'll see if you do, actually. That's what initiative is for. Right. I don't trust this room. There's something about it. Sheppy pulls up to the north end of the room. Just as these sounds come, Rue. Let's see. I've got these guys in initiative individually. Let's see which guy this is. This guy is taking a shot at you, Rue. Somebody is taking a shot at you. Let's go to blind. What's your armor class? 28.
Yep.
You see this coming out of one of the slits that you spotted from the north. You see what looks like this long, greenish, glowing missile come hurling at you through the slit, and you just dodge out of the way just in time, and it kind of explodes against the wall opposite you. All right, it came from here.
Rouge. When he gets a chance, Rouge don't want to come. I'll wait.
Okay, your initiative is 19. Okay. I should have grouped these guys a little differently. This could take too long. Let me try and zip through this and then describe what happens. Okay, he's done. He's done. Eric, what's your armor class?
28 at the moment.
28.
Correction, 29.
29. That's before you raise the shield, right?
Yep.
Okay. 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 Okay, Rue, what's your armor class again?
28.
Okay. You're hit by one of these. Alright, so after those initial shots of these green, almost arrows shooting from these slits, they're all around you, Rue. You see him shooting off towards Eric where he's standing. He manages to avoid being hit. However, as you're bouncing around, one of them finally does actually impact you. Alright? You're going to take some damage from this. It's normal. This green glowing bolt just explodes. You're going to take 22 points of void and poison damage. That was pretty low. In addition, make a will save. $18?
That's what it is.
Alright. That's failure. Okay. So you are now controlled. Basically, someone else chooses all of your actions. Okay. That's what controlled is. Let's see how.
Can we visually tell that he's controlled?
He hasn't taken any
Like
actions
seeing
yet.
the bolt.
You won't know until he gets his initiative. He's just back there dodging out of the way. That's all you hear, possibly see. So, with that, we're going to go to Eric. You're up next.
Yeah. Eric's gonna look to Aura. Get to Chapt. Open the northern door. I'll be the last one through. And Eric's gonna move up toward Rue, you would just see him kind of do something that he's always kind of done. He's going to raise his shield and tuck behind it. So we're going to raise shield and take cover. Kind of being a, for lack of a better word, a bulkhead for Aura and Sheppy at this point. All I got.
Alright, Eric, let's see how good you are. As these bolts come shooting through these slits in the wall, you can see them now. You're being targeted.
Number class 33.
Okay, you see 3 more of these glowing bolts come at you, and you easily deflect each and every one of them that are upon you. That came from right here.
Eric will kind of retort, "Come out and face me like a man."
Alright, Aura, you're next.
Yeah, she's gonna follow Eric's suggestion. Head north to Sheppy, and she's just gonna blindly open one of the doors. Which one? Okay, we'll do that one. I was gonna choose one, but alright, yeah, sure.
Good Rolodex there, hey?
Alright. Then she'll open the... I don't see anything inside this one, do I?
Just what you see. It looks like a 10-foot wide corridor going about 15 feet. You see double doors at the end of this corridor, leading to the north.
Okay. Saying no immediate threat, she's going to open the door to her immediate right, or the eastern door.
Oh, this one, sorry. I didn't see that little door.
Yeah. And then, if possible, she's just going to shout, "I found them!" Or maybe like you know, ghoulish creatures. And that's my turn.
Well, you're distracting them, that's for sure, Eric. As more of these bolts come towards you. Easily deflect one. What's your armor class again?
33.
2. But the third one strikes true. And first of all, give me a will save. Some dark energy with this. Oh! As it explodes into your body with some dark energy.
I have a medallion that's in Vision. It says you attempt a will save against a fear effect. I don't know if this is a fear effect or if this would even come into play.
Let me look at it. Is it a talisman? Yes, it is. Now,
Yeah.
did you already have this attached?
Yes.
Alright, so it's invested.
Yeah.
Activate by envisioning as a free action, I believe. Is that the symbol for a free action?
Yes.
Okay, so during your turn, you would use this as a free action. Trigger. You attempt a will save against the fear effect but haven't rolled yet. This is what would trigger it, though. So actually, it's kind of like a reaction, which is what you're doing. Requirements. You have a master proficiency in will saves. I assume you do.
I do not.
Oh. It doesn't
Or
work.
it says, or have the bravery class feature, which I do have.
Alright, there you got it then. This small medallion is shaped like a shield. When you activate it, which you do when it's triggered, you gain a +2 status bonus to saves against fear for 1 minute. Okay, let me look and see if this is fear. It's not a fear effect.
Okay. I was just curious.
Okay.
Here's a will save coming up.
28. Okay. That's successful. That is successful. But your mind has become clouded, nonetheless. You're stupefied too. Which means you take a status penalty equal to the value on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks and DCs, such as will saves, spell attack rolls, spell DCs, and skill checks. Anytime you attempt to cast a spell, which you're not going to do, blah, 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 so you don't have to worry about that. You don't cast spells, right? No.
Nope. Fighter.
Alright, let me make a note here. Eric. Alright, now the damage from the bolt. Let's see what you take. You're going to take a nice solid 19 points of poison and void damage. Okay, and that's it. We're going to go to Rue. What will Rue do as he hears whisperings in his mind? You serve us now. You must throw down your weapons and run screaming from this place. So drop your sword. Mark it as dropped. Your scimitar falls to the floor. Clank. And you begin to run. Let me close this. You're being commanded. What's your movement? 25?
Yeah.
Alright, 25 to the door. I won't deduct an action for the door because it's just, you're pushing right through it. But you do close it behind you, or it swings shut behind you. 20, 25. And you enter back into the large chamber from whence you came. I won't describe no more because others are here. We're going to go to round 2. Alright, Sheppy. Darn it. Let me check his spells. I think he was used quite a bit there. Let's see what his slots are that are left. Because he can see into this chamber and he sees these glowing green creatures. I should probably show you what they look like, Sheppy, and more importantly, the elf. The others don't really see this. You can see the glow beyond the slits, but you don't see the shapes they take. This is essentially for Aura's eyes. Feel free to describe that. But anyway, that's what you see in the corner. There's one of them. Maybe more. Sheppy. I'm gonna cast Electric Arc! He only sees one though, so it's gonna focus on one. Basic reflex save by this creature. Let's do it now. Basic reflex save. Okay. Lightning shoots from the little fire gnome, or the fire goblin. The creature simply laughs hideously. Ha 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 ha! Your lightning does nothing to me. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first, elf. And he drops back towards the statue. Alright, let me go through these guys. Yeah, the one taking action first is the one he just hit with the lightning. You see it move itself through the wall. Moving back across the room, Eric, you see one of these creatures pass through the wall. You could see it clearly now. With your eyes, you could see that spectral creature. And disappear towards, in the south, through the wall. And out of sight. Eric. More of these missiles come shooting through the wall towards you. 33.
That's a hit.
Give me a save, Will.
I'm gonna hero point that. $27.
"19 points of void and poison damage pulsates through your flesh, deep within you. You feel your soul being drained. And again, more of these green missiles come your way. 32. Does that hit you?
Miss.
Miss. 33, 33, 33. Okay. All right, 3 more, and then 3 more. You're just blocking them with your shield. You're holding out pretty good, but again, one manages to find an opening, a weak spot in your armor. Make a will save.
$32.
Okay. You should have been stupefied from the last one. All right, let's roll damage on this one. This one's going to be critical damage. 32 poison and void damage. And you're up. Whoops.
Yeah.
Back it up
Taking
one.
a beating from that right side. Eric's gonna move down over there. And he's simply gonna move around the corner, raise his shield, and duck behind it again as he kind of motions to Aura and Sheppy. Another door here. And that's all for me.
And again, you see these bolts coming through the slits towards you from that direction right there. But you're really hard to hit behind the wall and the shield. You're a tough one, so none of them get through. Aura, you're next.
She yells at Sheppy to get in there. Can't be done individually. We must work as a team. Of course, she has no clue what happened to Rue. But she steps foot into... and she will strike with her...
Chakra.
Chakra. Da-na-na-na-na. Question. How... So, I'd like to use my rebounding toss. And, I obviously very clearly see this one. And I see that there's one here. But it's not, like, fully revealed by the light. Will you allow it, or...?
Yeah, he's got cover.
Okay. Alright, then that's what I'd like to do.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, of course I forgot to target, but it was 36.
That's a critical hit on the first one. Critical hit. Ouch.
And I'll target the second one, and then I'll do damage after. That one's
Just missed. I know. He hit the-
26.
He's got
So I guess
cover.
if the other one was a critical, then... Oh,
This-
yeah, that's right, the cover.
Mhm. So that one misses, but you did get a crit on the first one. So roll the damage.
Alright, so that's 40 slashing damage with the persistent bleed, if they bleed.
Let's see here. 40 slashing. Let me see. All right, we gotta look at your dice here. Slashing was 2d8. You got a 13, and then you got a. Oh, that's what you got. 13 for that. What
Yeah.
is-
Although the 1d6 plus 2 persistent bleed is listed, that's something that's done on the enemy's turn.
Ah,
He doesn't just take it outright. It's just like, that's what he'll get every time, as long as he doesn't pass that save.
and that'd be 1d6 plus 2.
Yep.
So your damage you actually did is 2 times your 2d8 plus 7, which came to a 40.
Oh yeah, good point. Why don't they show the if it does include the d6? Why does it include it in the math?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's correct. Because the dice was 13, but I have plus 7. So that's 20, and then you times that by 2 is 40. So it does not include the 1d6 plus 2.
Gotcha. All right, so what we're looking at is the 40.
Yeah. If you click on the enemy and click damage, it should do like all your resistances, which I have found is very nice.
What do you do?
When
click on the what?
I've played, I click on the enemy that was attacked,
Yep.
and then I click on the damage button in the chat, and it will deduct the resistances for you. And it should apply the persistent damage as well. That's worked for me in the past.
Is your chakra magical?
It is. Oh yeah, it's got the magical trait in the chat log too.
You did 35. And unfortunately, the bleed damage will be ignored.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's my turn.
I
I
don't
rushed in there, and I tried my best.
Okay. Next is this guy down here. You're gonna take some more shots. 34. That's gonna hit you. No, you're not. Sorry, take that back. This is on Sheppy. Sheppy will take this. That's going to be 25, 35, it's 34, he rolled. So it's not critical. Roll damage for him first. Sheppy's going to take a hit here. 21 points. Poison and void damage, and then he's got to make a save. Gets 31. Right there, he gets 31, so he is stupefied 2. Alright, now we're going to come down to Rue. You're no longer controlled. Get rid of that. Instead, you are now stupefied 2. So, yeah, you're not sure what's going on. Your focus is all but non-existent. You shake it out of you and you realize that you're back in the original room, not sure how you got here. Your weapon is missing. What do you do?
Well, he doesn't see his companion. The door back into the other room is still open. He's gonna go back and make sure you're okay. Okay, what happened?
Could barely hear you.
He's going to head back to where he was last to see if he can figure out what happened and make sure his companions are good.
Right. Makes sense to me. And Eric.
I guess he'll get to that point and open the door.
I won't deduct an action for the open the door because you just wade right into it. Easily opens, almost as if somebody's opening it for you.
He has 2. Alright, that's 3 actions right there.
All right, right on your sword. Another action to pick it up, and you're good.
Yeah, it'll have to be next time. It's going to be 3 actions to get there.
Okay, going to the next turn, the next round. Round 3. Soon as you enter the room, once again the barrage of these green missiles garners your attention. Your armor class is 28. Okay, you're going to take some damage as one of these hits you right in the back. 22 points of void and poison damage. In addition, make another save. Will save.
I'm going to hero point that one.
Nice.
That damage will also. That's not great. We got 55. But that should trigger my armor as well.
Alright, let me do the damage here.
I already took 22 points of damage.
You're how much?
You already did it. It's 22 points of damage.
I did.
Yeah, it was already done.
Okay. .28's your armor class?
That's the number.
That's the magic number. right. Okay, another one hits you. No need to make a save on this one. But it's going to do some damage, normal damage. 11 points of poison and void damage. Again, you are hit. This will be 3 times upon entering the room. Again, no need for a will save. You're going to take 10 points of poison and void damage. Once again, you were struck. 4th time. No need for a will save. Going to take some damage. 22 points of poison and void. Nope. One more. 27. You're at 28. Nope. All right, Eric. Again, you hear the footfalls of the cat friend that you've grown to know in these battles, fighting at your side. And you hear these explosions, these missiles shooting, and you peek around your shield in the corner. You can see that Rue is being just hit by these things. Ah! But he's holding strong. He's about to pick up his scimitar. You're up, Eric.
Yeah, I'm going to open the door here. I'm going to force the door open on the right side, hoping that it kind of mirrors the other side there. Yeah. Gonna raise my shield. I'm going to move in. And that's all I got.
Eric, give me a will save. Your talisman will kick into gear on this.
So it'd be 24. I'm going to hero point that. So that'd be 36 with the talisman.
Okay. Okay. So as soon as you walk into this chamber, this little corridor, and you see this thing in front of you, it looks quite frightening, to say the least, but you shrug it off. I've seen worse. Aura, you should make one as well when you entered here.
Alrighty.
This is a little retcon for you, but yeah, go ahead and make a will save. No problem.
36.
No problem. You've heard bedtime stories more frightful for you elves. And yeah. So this one right in front of you, Aura. You see what it's doing. It has this long, it's a blowgun. And he lifts it up, or it lifts it up towards you. And you see this green explosive missile come flying towards you. It's gonna miss. You dodge out of the way, but just like lightning. It gets off another one, but again, it misses you clearly. And this hovering creature suddenly pulls away, going through the wall. Disappearing from your sight.
Does it pass by Rue?
No. And we're going to go to, well, let me go to Aura. You're next.
All right. She's going to skip on down to get a little more accurate view of the one that appears to be remaining in this corridor. It's a hidden area. And she's going to fling her chakram right at this guy. $38.
That's a crit.
Just 22 this time.
Okay, you're gonna do 17.
Alright, and I still have one more action because that was a normal strike. I'm going to use Certain Strike, which is new. Ooh. Basically, I'll just make a normal strike. If it's a success, great. If not, I can choose to just do my damage, my base damage with no dice. So if it's a failure, then I can do that. And it can only be done on a multi-attack penalty strike.
Okay.
Alright. So best case scenario, I hit. Worst case scenario, alright, worst case scenario, I still do. Look at 6 damage? Is that what it is? 7 damage. And it's, if you look at the press
3
trait, all the way at the bottom in like the parentheses part, it says for if your press action succeeds, you can choose to apply the failure effect instead, but it didn't, so it says, for example, you may wish to do this when an attack deals no damage due to resistance. So it's, I don't know how you would label this damage. If it's just like unlabeled.
So the attack misses, right?
It does.
Right.
So then it goes to the failure action in Certain Strike.
Any damage it would deal is dealt on a hit, excluding all damage dice. This removes damage dice from weapon runes, spells, and special abilities in addition to weapon damage dice. So what is its damage? No dice.
I think
There's
it's
nothing
just
rolled.
like the modifier. It's everything but the dice.
Huh.
So my normal damage is 2d8 plus 7. So would it just be 7?
Just roll it, and we'll figure out the total mod. Whatever the mod is what you'll actually do. I don't know what it is. You'd have to roll it. So 7.
Yeah.
7 points. And that is going to end up being... It's magical. So 2 points. You did 2 points with that.
Alright.
Okay.
So Okay, never mind.
Did we do it right?
It's not. It's one of those tricky wording.
I think we did it right. It's no dice. You do 2d8 plus 7. Okay, so no dice. So there's no 2d8. What are you left with? The plus 7. But
that's for my strength and weapon specialization, not the slashing. The dice is the
your
slashing.
attack deals any damage it would have dealt on a hit, so it's like normal, excluding all damage dice, period. Well, that's an odd thing to say.
Yeah.
If
you look at
we
the
did it that
press
way,
trait,
if this removes damage dice from weapon runes, so your chakram's bonus damage for that would be removed. Spells, there's no spell here. And special abilities, in addition to the weapon damage dice. So the weapon damage dice are gone. On top of the damage dice removed, runes, spells, and special abilities, those modifiers are also removed. And they're usually dice anyway. So it's just removing the dice. You still get all your mods for strength and everything else. You get a +4 for... Wait a minute, that's your attack roll. Where's your damage?
yeah, but the part that really explains the move is in the press trait.
Press.
It says actions with this trait allow you to follow up earlier attacks. An action with the press trait can be used only if you are currently affected by a multi-attack penalty. You can't use a press action when it's not your turn, even if you use the ready activity. Some actions with the press trait also grant an effect on a failure, which this one does. The effects that are added on a failure don't apply on a critical failure. If your press action succeeds, you can choose to apply the failure effect instead. For example, you may wish to do this when an attack deals no damage due to resistance.
So what am I...
So for my interpretation is that the damage I'm doing is just kind of like the sheer force of it.
Yeah.
Because it's just the weapon specialization and the strength.
So what's that come to?
That's 7 in this case.
Minus resistance of 5 would be 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we did it right. I guess. It's okay either way. Okay, this creature down here. Rue, once again, you're going to be the subject of a barrage. 37. 28. It's not crit. No savings throw required. You're just going to take the damage. In this case, 16 points. Void and poison.
Alright, that'll trigger the armor again.
Flurry. Miss. Miss. Okay. And you're up, Rue. You could pick up your sword now.
Alright, so Rue's going to spend 2 actions to pick up both his weapons. He drops his scimitar and his hammer. And for the remaining, he's going to move down here around the corner.
And welcome to the Slaughterfest. I'm getting my ass handed to me, Rue.
And that's my actions.
Shippy has 1 heal spell left, and it's a level 1 or a rank 1. That's all he's got. He does have a stabilize, I think. Where is it? I don't see the stabilize. That's dangerous. I don't see a stabilize, but he does have the heal, so he's going to move up. You're both looking bad. Rue, you're worse.
Rue is also still cursed.
You guys are in bad shape.
Yeah, that's right. You're still cursed.
You hear the goblin's footsteps coming up behind you, Rue, and you strange mutterings coming from him. And you feel his touch of warmth and heat through the flame. Are you raging? I don't think
He
so.
is not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
You feel his touch on you. He's going to try and give you some healing here. This is going to be a 2 action once I cast the damn thing.
He's got to overcome some DC for it to actually work on me.
Click this. He's got it. What did you say?
I said Rue is still cursed. He can only be healed by magical healing, and even
that's
then the
right.
caster has to that DC to have it go off right.
Yeah. Well, let me assume that it works here. It's going to be 16 points if he passes this roll. Oh, you roll a 4. Oh. All right, spell didn't go off. He lost it. It went up. No, it didn't go off. He still has the spell. He had to overcome that first before he cast it. So, I'll give him a point back. 2. Alright, so that'll kill his action, though. So, that's that. Alright. Now, let's see. You're kind of out of the view here. Except this one. Let me see. What's this one down here? One comes out from the wall in the south. You could see him, Rue. And he targets the small goblin. And fails once. And fails twice. Ooh, no, wait a minute. That one might hit him. Nope, failed. They both failed. So these creatures are definitely incorporeal as they move through walls. quite easily. And quite rapidly, floating above the floor. This one appears behind you, Aura, and raises a deadly blowgun in your direction. Not sure what it sounds like. 22. Followed by a 26. You're 28, so
Both miss.
both miss. Gonna go to the next one, which is the one right in front of you. Again, it raises the weapon in your direction and shoots. This green energy comes flying at you, and it gets a crit. A 38. 28, 38, crit either way. Got a natural 20. So, let's roll the damage first. You're going to take a solid 38 points of poison and void. And make a will save. You passed, but you're stupefied too. Your mind begins to fog. And let me write this down. I think that's everybody. Except Chevy. Or it disappears from the wall. The one in front of you, Eric. You're right in range of him. He 5 foot back, the old stepperoonie cautiously pulling itself away, keeping just out of range of your strikes. And this blowgun is raised. It hits with a 33.
That'll hit.
Let's do the damage first. 17 poison and void. Make a will save.
$38.
38, that's a
Critical.
crit.
Yeah, nat 20.
Okay. Needless to say, you pass that. And it's going to make one more attack. Let me double check that. Yes. One more attack. Nope. And now it's your turn, Eric.
Yeah. Take a 5 foot step. We're going to start with that. See if we can bring the pain here. A little bit. That's
Ooh.
a critical hit. This is about to get stupid, y'all. $39 points of slashing damage. The creature is off guard until the start of my next turn. And we're going to get that shield back up.
Okay. It's a magical weapon, right?
Yes.
So 39.
And his last act of defiance, he's going to spit blood all over the creature. Blow that through your straw, creature.
All right. One appears before you, aura, where there was one standing before. Perhaps it's the same one. Perhaps not. And raises the deadly blowgun in your direction. It hits. Let's do your damage first. Poison and void. 22 points. And make a will save once again. So what happens if I drag this on you again? What's going to happen? Oh, it does stack. Okay. You're stupefied 4, which is the max, I believe. Oh, wait a minute. 35? You got a crit there. Sorry. So, go back to stupefied 2. That was a crit. There you
Okay.
go. Excellent. All right. We're going to go to Aura. You're next.
I'm targeting the injured one that just assaulted her. She's going to strike back. She's going to take a 5-foot step. And then strike. That one's 18 slashing. Got a 28 on my roll.
So you came within melee range and attacked him with it? With a missile attack? That's what you did? That was the 5-foot step while you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, ranged attacks, just making a ranged attack in melee range makes you open to a reactive strike. Which it doesn't do. So that's a miss.
Alright,
Oh,
that's my turn.
Alright, wait a minute. I'm getting confused here. You hit, and then you did damage of 18, right? Yes.
I got a 28.
28 to hit. Yeah, that's a hit. And then roll 18 for damage. And I think
Yeah.
you did 13 total damage with that.
Nice.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that was a hit. Is that it? Just move forward and attack once?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the cultist. Cultist. This one's on you, Brew. 35.
Hit, not critical.
No need for a wisdom save or a will save. 17 points of damage.
Triggers the armor.
Second blowgun shot misses. And then it's your turn.
How high up is the ceiling in the hallway here where Eric is? Is it basically a standard hallway?
What are you thinking? What do you want to do?
Rue is wanting to get where he can get on the other side of the creature there. But I was wanting to try to use like the climb speed to use to kind of get around it instead of having to tumble through or what have you.
So the ceilings here in the corridor are about 15 feet. So they're quite tall. Much like the ceiling in the rooms, most of the rooms. So 15 feet, you can scale those walls and do whatever you want. 15 feet.
So I can do that's 5, 10 feet. Go 5 up. That's 15. Then within 2 actions, I can get up above it on the wall.
So how tall, how high up are you?
Within melee range, so about 5 feet.
You want to be 5 feet up the wall?
Yeah, I'll move you off so you can get to it. And then I will strike at it with my magic scimitar.
You need a 25.
Yes, he's 25. So hit, not critical. Points of damage.
It's magical, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you're going to do 7 points. Oh, I gotta minus 7. Okay, that's it. Do you guys need a break or no?
Yeah, John's not back yet, and I have to walk the dog.
All right.
We can take a quickie.
All right. Quickie break. All right, folks. We'll be right back. Take a short little break. Be right back, folks. Okay, here we go. Part 2. This desperate, brutal battle. Shippy took his turn. He did that flaming sphere and did do some damage to that one closest to the door in the north there, in front of him. So there's a flaming sphere there hovering around. I don't want to lose sight of it though, so he's not gonna move, I don't think. No. Where's the elf? I don't know what to do. I should have resolved all these. Whoops. Okay, this one up here. Yeah, that one just took a flaming sphere. He's going to move the heck out of there. It appears directly in front of you, Rue. I know you're high, 5 feet up, but he's there. He sees you. The blowgun comes out. Roll a 1. Got a 19. Followed by a 17 for a 30.
That'll
hit you. Let's do the damage first. It's going to be a total of 21. I got to make these public in a second. It's
That'll drop.
Round 5. Let me make them.
And roof falls to the ground.
You won't take any extra damage for the fall. It's only 5 feet. Technically, it'd be about 2 points of damage. 3 points. Half the distance rounded up. Modified by the surface. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay. Go to the next one. Which one is he? That's behind the elf. You guessed it, elf. Rolls a 19. Let me make these public. $17 points. Poison and void damage on the elf. Once again. 29 hits. Roll damage. 24 points void and poison. You can see, Aura, where they're shooting from. You can see these. They look like arrow slits. They're actually molded onto the map here. You can see them look like a V. At the end of the V, at the point, is where the slit is. If you peek through, you can kind of see what's going on outside. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. Where is he? This one down here. Okay, the one the one above you now, Rue, you're flat on your back on the ground. He's going to attack you, Eric. This is going to be a melee attack. He's going to do a vile touch.
Armor class 31.
See, if I had attacked you with the blowgun, you could use reactive strike on me. It's a missile weapon. That wouldn't be smart. 18 misses.
Miss.
He tries it again. Nope, not with a 3.
That's critical miss.
Yeah, it is. He's going to move out of this freaking square. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on before you do anything. Go ahead and make your reactive strike as he tries to go through the wall.
Hit. Normal.
Ah!
20 points of slashing damage.
It's going to be 15 minus 15 points. Okay, Eric, it's your turn.
Okay. I have a healing potion on my belt pouch. Could I retrieve it, dump it down Rue's throat, and raise my shield for 1 turn?
Do you have a weapon out?
Yes.
Do you want to swap for 1 action?
Yeah. What I'm thinking is swap the sword for the potion, pour the potion, raise the shield.
Perfect.
If that would work.
That would definitely work.
Okay, hang on a minute, Rue. I'm just going to click this for you. I'm going to get back to D8. So you get 6-pack. And it's going to kind of yell to Sheppy, "Get to Aura now!"
Okay, cultist. You're in melee range of this one. So it's gonna reach out to you with its vile touch. Oof, almost got a 20. 18 is gonna be a miss. It's gonna try it again. 18, 29. Just hits near.
That one hits.
Oh, hit.
Yep.
Okay. I need to make a will save. Let's roll the dice for damage. 15 points of void damage. It scrapes your flesh and tears at your soul.
And that's Taru, yeah?
No,
that's the
the
elf.
one by me is attacking. It's to me.
Let's get
And
one.
the will save is an 18.
You don't need to make one. It disappears through the wall. You can see it pass through the room on the outside. And you're next. Or you feel trapped.
I'm just going to strike.
It's a hit.
Does a 25 hit? Okay. That's 15 slashing.
It's 10.
I'll strike again.
Oof. Almost crit, but it's not.
That one's 22.
17.
And for my third action, I'm just going to strike a third time. And I'll just use my hero point. And that one's 17. So that's it.
Well, in that case, well, that one in front of that you just hit is looking very weak. Like it's barely seeable, and it writhes in pain with the strike of your chakram. If something dead can be even closer to death, that's what it looks like. So well done as we go to the final one, which is outside of the corridors. It's going to make a series of blowgun attacks against the goblin. 37. That's a critical hit on Sheppy. 50 points. Ah! Sheppy's next. This one right here. Reflex save. Ooh, failed. It's going to take damage, which is -13. -5. Yes, -5. 8. He runs off 25 feet with a stride there. He's right across. He has no more actions, so he's right across the other side of this one aura. You could see Sheppy enter the room and gasp in horror as he sees another one of these creatures lying between you. Oh, you're trapped! The ceilings, they're 16 feet! Jump! Parkour! And we're gonna go to Rue, who's no longer dying. Go ahead, Rue.
Alright, so the only thing Root can do, he's going to pick up his scimitar again. He's going to stand up, and then Rue is going to rage. And that'll be his actions.
Did you stand up?
Yeah.
Okay, give yourself a hero point. Ah, jeez, it's these guys again. There's too many of these guys. It's driving me nuts here. This one back here is going to try and... appears just behind the goblin that he was spotting. There's going to be some hell to pay. Wait a minute. Plus 18, plus 16, 16, 16, 16. What did I roll? 16, 10. So it's 26. That will just hit him. Alright, so it does hit. This isn't a blowgun attack. Oops, I rolled the wrong one. Ignore that. Let me roll damage for the proper attack, which is this. 19. 19 points on Sheppy. He screams in pain. Go to the next cultist. This one appears behind you, Elf. It reaches to attack you with its claw. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Rolls a 20, it fails. Second attack. It fails. 3 attacks are done. Next one is here. This one hovers forward. You know? He's done. Go to this one. It's done. Eric, you're up.
Okay, well, got one back here that's injured, so let's see if we can continue that trend. Step over there. Let's see if we can lay the smack down. Oh, that's critical.
Crit.
That's critical. 56 points of slashing damage, and the creature is off guard until the start of my next turn. As Eric wheels around, kind of dives for the door, feeling the presence, slashing down at the creature, kind of catching a rib, maybe snapping it off. And he tucks behind the shield once again. That's it for me.
So that creature's looking really bad off too. Starting to fade from view. And that's the creature there. First thing he does is he flies off from that sphere.
If he moves.
Yeah, that's true. You can do it. Reactive strike. Yes, sir.
That is also a critical hit.
Come on, Kyle. He's almost dead. You got him.
Okay, 43 points.
Describe how you wipe him out of existence.
Well, yeah, like as he goes to withdraw from the spear and kind of lean back, Eric kind of lunges forward, kind of slamming the shield into the soft bone, kind of literally breaking it apart with the force of the shield charge.
Give yourself a hero point.
Thank you.
And then we get to Aura, who's surrounded still by these creatures that just don't let up. Mind you, you're in melee now. Or that means something or not, I don't know. Probably not. Let's never know.
Trying to determine in my head whether or not pushing them would actually push them. Thing is, they don't seem to be walking like normal.
You could try and tumble through. Reflex. You're good at it. Not reflex, athletic, or acrobatics. That might be even better. If you're trying to get out of there.
Yeah, but the last time I did a tumble through, you got an attack of
Oh,
opportunity
roll the
on
dice.
me.
Roll the dice. Come on. Well, if you get creative and imaginative, if you could somehow...
$24.
24, okay. Reflex... Oh, it's 27. It's 27, so it's a failure. Let's use the hero point. I'll give you one if you need
I don't
it.
have any.
I just gave you one.
Alright, then I'll burn it on this.
There you go. So you tumble through, cost an extra 5 feet to move through his square, but you're all good.
Yep.
Yep.
So then I'll tumble through and then I'll try to whack him from here. Me and Sheppy are back to back.
$28 hits. 16. Ooh, this one hasn't been hit yet. It's 11. Minus 11 points. Minus 11. There we go. Okay, you're...
Yep, my target. Over here. try to help Shippy out. Unless that's too close.
What are you hitting him
It's
with?
kind of right there.
He's going to have cover because of the wall. It's a hard corner.
Alright, I'm just gonna... I do have a free hand, so I'll punch him.
There you go.
Try to reach around the corner and like grab and shake my hand around.
Nope.
No surprise, that's alright. That's it.
Alright, next creature. All the way back here. This thing is gone. I'm going to go to the next round. We're surrounded. Now's his chance to use something with a little touch. Oh, that sucks. Can't use that. Blazing Fisher. I don't want to get crazy with him. Burning Hands. Yeah, I'll cast that. 15-foot cone. Oh, won't go out there. What am I thinking? $31 points. Basic reflex, 27. It's failure, takes the full 31 points, minus 5. 16. Is that? No, that's not right. What is it? 26? 26. Minus 26. Ouch. He's got one more action. He's going to try and tumble through himself. This is going to be tricky. He's going to go around a corner. Ah! So yeah, let's do acrobatics, right? Yeah.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Acrobatics. He gets it. Oh man, that's not going to cut it. Nope. He failed, so he bounces off and he remains where he is. That's the end of that. I'm going to go to Rue. Doesn't say you can't push these creatures. It's just one odd. Guess you have to be imaginative. You're up, Rue.
Rue is going to use the pendant that he acquired recently, the pendant of the Pope, to cast guidance on himself.
So, The Empress Hollow Shad's cavity typically holds an occult text. While wearing the pendant, you gain +2 item bonus to occultism checks. And you can cast the Guidance cantrip as an occult innate spell. So it gives you guidance. It allows you to cast the spell. So you'd have to cast that. You'd have to cast that separate. Gives you access to the guidance spell.
Right, which means I can cast it. So.
Right. The other effect here is the pendant can be activated. So, so you get these abilities right off the bat, but you also get an activated ability. Takes 10 minutes to cast a spell, frequency once per day, blah, blah, blah. So that's irrelevant in this case.
Yeah, so I'm just using guidance.
So cast the guidance spell.
Yep, you did. I'll take that 5 foot onto it, and he's going to wail on this thing.
Kill him. Let's go. Rock and roll. Not with that. Or yeah, that's a hit. Just hit. They have armor class 25. 19.
There's a magical scimitar, 6 of that damage is fire.
Is it 14? 14?
It's 13 slashing, 6 fire.
Total of 19, right?
Correct.
So 14. And that was a magical attack, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. That's it.
So cast a spell, take a 5 foot step, and the attack. I believe that's it.
This one reaches out to Sheppy to strike, to reach with the claw. He's not as good at. 28 hits, damage. 2d8 plus 8. Here it comes. Void. 14 points of void damage to Sheppy. Uh-oh. It's got 2 hit points. This one right here in front of you, elf blowgun time. $35. Hit.
That's a hit.
$20 points, poison and void.
And I'm down.
You're down. Sheppy. $26. It's gonna hit him. $27 points. Sheppy drops to the ground. Next. This one here. Wait a minute. If you have a reactive strike, you could do it.
Yep. We get a crit.
It's a crit. Yeah.
What? 24 slashing, 12 fire, total 36. What?
Okay. Blowgun attack. The vile blowgun. 37.
That'll crit. If it's on me.
That's a crit. 46 points of poison and void.
That'll drop Rue.
Plus you're wounded. Should be death 3, dying 3.
Sure, dying 2, wounded 1.
So you're at 3. When do you die? 4?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're still good. You're at 3 right now. If you fail your next save, you're dead. Unless it's different now, where you roll, where you're actually 2 for the crit, and you don't add the wounded until you actually make the roll. I could be wrong about that. But either way, you're dead with your next roll. That's kind of irrelevant. Let's see, this one out here. Appears in front of you, Eric. You're the only one standing. He's going to reach at you with the vile touch. Second action, first attack. Yes, come to my side. He misses pathetically. Reaches again.
Miss.
Miss. And he's done. And where's my initiative tracker? Eric, you're next. Go.
Yeah, Eric's just gonna shout, I am a knight of the wall. I will not yield. Kind of taunting these creatures. That's a critical hit.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
A well-timed critical hit. Right after you just kind of war cry. I like it.
All right.
52 points of slashing damage. Then, kind of feeling the desperation, Eric's going to raise his shield and duck behind it for cover. Now, creatures, come and take me.
All right. Give yourself a hero point for that. That was very timed. Okay, this guy's next. You're unconscious, unconscious, unconscious. It is. It's just you. Let's see. Is there anything else they can do? Eric is being attacked. 28.
Miss. Armor class 33.
28. 2 misses.
Miss.
That's it. And it goes to round 8. Okay, Aura, make your save. Oh, 9.
Oh.
Okay, Sheppy. Okay, Cultist.
Oh, actually, I didn't fail that.
Did you pass?
I have toughness. I failed it by 1, but I reduced the DC of recovery checks by 1. So that should have been a success.
Yes.
So the DC is 10 plus your dying value. What's your dying value?
It said the DC was 10 because I'm dying 1.
It should be an 11. DC by default is
Oh.
10 plus your dying value. So it'd be an 11. But you know what?
Oh.
I'll give you the pass.
Well-
I'll give you the pass in this case. I was going to give you hero point.
Otherwise, I think maybe Foundry didn't update it then.
I was going to give you a hero point, but instead I'll give you the pass because you were so close. All right.
Okay.
Could attack you through the wall. You'd see a claw coming through the wall, Eric. But nope, he's going to appear right here. He's going to appear right here. I can open the right sheet. Okay. He's going to reach out to you. He gets a 3. No.
No.
One more time. Second attack. Total of 22.
No.
Rue, you're next. You're still hanging in there.
Let's do that recovery check.
Can you guys pull it off? Can you pull it off? Dying 3, 13, 14, 16. Or, oh yeah, the other way around.
All right, so I'm not dying too.
Now let's look at this. Recovery check. DC 12. Dying 3. Were you dying 3?
You said I was.
I'm reading the text in the chat. What were you?
Yeah, well, when I fell, you told me I was supposed to be a dying 3, so I moved to 3.
Yeah, so it's counting you as dying 3, but counting it as DC 12.
Right.
So,
So you have toughness?
Yes.
Then it's automating.
Oh, okay, yeah, now that you mention it, I'm like, yeah, maybe... I'm surprised they don't add a little bit of text in there.
So what
to
is
say that it's been implemented. So really, I did fail mine.
what is toughness? What does
It
it
was
say?
already included.
Well, I'll give you the hero point.
Basically, it reduces your dying condition by it reduces your DC by 1. So, like, if
Ooh.
you're dying 1, DC 11, your DC is 10
Ooh,
to pass.
I see. Wow. That's
And
freaking
see how it
useful.
says DC 12 for ruse?
Yeah.
Normally, that would be DC 13 if he did not have that feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, going back to Aura, what happened with you? I gave you the success, but what actually happened here?
It's the same situation. I have toughness. It automatically applied. So given the hero point, I'll just re-roll.
All right. That sounds good. Get it? Come on.
Trying to find where it was. I went up too far.
Nine. DC 10. Dying because you're dying 1. It should have been an 11. So it was 10. You rolled a 9? I'm giving it to you. You got it.
Alright, well, I got it.
Take that. So you have no hero points. You got it regardless. You're all good. Jeez. Gotta do this right. Rue. Who's next? Rue, or what happened here? I'm lost. Call this
Rue
Rue
made their
made his
recovery
check.
check, so it's whoever's after.
Alright.
Which is one of the big bad guys.
So Rue, you're not dying?
I'm at dying 2 now.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. You're already unconscious. Scratch that. All right. Eric, you're next.
Yeah, Eric is refusing to yield, and we're going to see if we can lay the smack down on one of these little buggers. You know what? I'm going to hero point it. We need the critical. I got 2 of them. What the hell? Alright, hit normal. I'll take it. So yeah, 13 points slashing damage. The one below me. And then it's repetition, repetition, repetition. Raise shield and taking cover. No. No. Nope.
Failure. Natural 20. Success. It's not a critical fail. Let's see, a 33. That would be a 23. 26. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a success. He did hit you on this one. He snuck one by you. 18.
And the knight still stands.
Yes, he does. Aura, you're next.
Alright, I have 0 hit points. And I'm unconscious.
All right. Sheppy. Sheppy failed his. He's got to make a roll. So I shouldn't tell you that, but I'm going to make the roll here privately. Okay. Vile touch, Eric. Vile touch from both sides. You're confronted. No.
Nope.
Not a chance. Failure. Okay, Rue. You're unconscious. We're gonna go to the cultist. We're gonna go to Eric. What do you do?
Eric's gonna keep the kind of keep the train rolling. He's refusing to yield right now, and you know what? I'm gonna hero point that. Why? Because I can. And that's a hit. So that'll be 13 points of slashing damage with the resistance already applied.
Which one?
One below me.
I still need to do my recovery check for my turn.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, my turn's over. It's pretty much the same thing. Take cover, raise shield. I'm holding on, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, next round. This guy's up here. Okay, we're gonna go down to this guy. This guy will attack you. Vile touch, Eric. These guys cannot touch you. Oh, you got a natural 20. It's a crit. Alright, let's see what happens. This will be an unusual circumstance if you all go down. 24 points.
I use shield block.
Alright, deduct from 24. Your hardness.
Yep.
Shield takes what's left, and you take what's left. Yeah. Does it still drop you?
I'll be hanging on with 2.
Oof. Good move, though.
I'm refusing to yield.
That's your reaction.
Yep.
Alright, then it goes to Aura. It goes to Sheppy. Sheppy's good. We got this one here. Where is he? Where's this one down here? I thought he just attacked.
He did.
Rue. Want to make your roll, Rue? $18. Got it. You're dying too now?
Yep.
Well,
Bouncing back and forth.
Yep, you're up and down. this guy. We're going to go down to this guy instead. Sir Eric. You're up, Eric.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on here.
For all intents and purposes, it's really just you and the rest of the specters.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep initiative on this and go back and forth. And see what
That's
happens.
critical. So, Ray, shield, take cover.
Alright, this one here. You got another 26 would be a failure, but it hits with the natural 20, so damage. It's going to be normal.
Yeah, that'll make it normal.
It's going to be 22 points. Void damage.
Down.
And he
Yep,
drops.
I'm down.
All right. So you're dying one. Everybody else has recovered. Nobody's dying, including Chapt. So the question becomes, what do they do once all the opposition is dropped and silence has fell once again?
Well, I have to head out for the night.
You do.
But
I'm trying to think of what to say without rushing it because I don't want to make a mistake and retcon things. I will say that we're going to leave the episode here. Nobody knows what's happening, so it's probably appropriate that I don't say much after this. All right, so we'll leave the episode here. And next week, you're going to find out what happens. Because you've all been dropped. Is this the end? Where's the skeleton woman that sent you here? Well, we're going to find out next week. So, Rachel, before you go, what do you think? That was pretty rough.
yeah, it was. We walked into a room, and then next thing you know, we're completely overrun and getting shot at with darts. Yeah, not much to say other than could have gone better. We'll find out what happens next week, truly.
All right.
That's all I got. I'm really tired.
I know you are. Okay, Rachel, you take off, and thanks for playing. We'll see what happens next week, all right?
Yeah, thanks for hosting. Have a good night.
As always.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Kyle, what about you? What do you think? That was a tough one.
I think we really need a healer. Yeah, we took it on the chin big time.
Yep. Got separated from each other.
Well, kind of went down there so that way they couldn't come bebopping back and forth. And, yeah, just held out as long as I could, but with no cleric, it just downhill fast.
The biggest problem you faced was probably their ability to move through walls. You can't trap them. I mean, they are all over you guys.
Yeah, but what I was kind of thinking, and it worked, if Rachel engaged them, it'd drive them down to me. I'd engage them a little bit, they'd go back up to her, and they rotate. That way I have a chance to injure all of them, not just one or two. So in that regard, that worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Just need a healer. Desperately need a healer.
Well, you do have a healer somewhere. What'd you think, Ted?
It ain't here. It ain't good enough.
What'd you think, Ted?
It was rough from the get-go. Rue was taken out of the fight really early, and just getting back into it was all downhill from there. Kind of hanging it as long as possible, and this is where it's at.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
whenever you play, it's either you're really good tonight or you're really bad. The dice.
Dice did not like me starting out. I mean, there was a couple of 20s, but they were on really inconsequential kind of rolls. But yeah, the dice were not my favorite dice.
All right. Well, we're going to see what happens. It may be the end. It may not be the end. We shall see. But we're going to find out next week. See if these guys have been finished off. They're all unconscious. They're surrounded by these floating creatures of evil. A lot of them, actually, which makes it even more challenging. Yeah, we're going to end it right there. And I wish Jesse was here for this because, I'm not going to play a hero with his character, and I'm not going to let him. I don't prefer that he dies either. So it's like, wow. What's going on? But anyway, we're going to call it here, folks. Folks, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week. We're going to have episode 114. Yes, I said 114. And if you don't know why it's 114, you haven't been watching my channel long enough. But yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Talk to you guys soon. Hang in there, folks. It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.